This is Christine, a homeless and lonely woman on the daunting streets of New York City. I started my investigation in the heart of New York City, where there is a lot of homeless people. I went to Bowery Street in Manhattan, really early before sunrise at 6 a.m. There were already so many poor people on the streets, trying to survive and hoping for things to get better. I quickly set up my camera to take pictures of this sad scene when a homeless person suddenly walked into the frame as he crossed the street towards me. Thinking ahead, I gave him a bag of food and clothes, but he surprised me by saying, "I don't need it." But then another guy came up and told me he will take it instead, thanking me. Unsure about where to go next, I saw a small group of homeless people nearby. Intrigued and curious, I decided to follow them. They started heading north, and I stumbled upon the first houses, which was the first housing project funded by New York City Housing Authority in 1935. It was the first publicly funded low-income housing project in the country. The appearance of these buildings didn't seem very pleasant or safe for people to live or walk around. Although there wasn't much visible damage to the facades, these blocks didn't give off a welcoming vibe like other tall or small buildings nearby did. The streets were always dark, even as early as 8 a.m. during summertime. It just felt gloomy overall. Fortunately, they are planning on demolishing and constructing new affordable homes on New York City Housing Authority property to address the shortage of affordable housing for those with lower incomes. This could be a fresh start for people who are struggling financially. As I walked past those streets, I came across a homeless lady named Christine. Instead of turning down my offer, she agreed to be featured in my film and shared her heart-wrenching tale. It made me realize the importance of having something to believe in when you find yourself without a home or any family support.
My name is Christine Gertrude Expecting Cunningham. I'm expected to be married soon to my husband.
Oh wow.
Yes, and his name is Greenon.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yes.
Nice. How did you guys meet?
Well, we met in the wee hour cross on 4th Street, across the street, and I said bless him in the wee hour in the morning, and he said bless back to me, and that was history. That's how we met.
How old are you, if you don't mind?
I'm going to be 16 in October. My birthday is October 6, 1963.
So, how did your situation start?
Well, my world became dark at 6 years old because I was adopted at 2 weeks old, but my mom kept me in the family. And when I went to my biological mother, I was really abused, and not just abused by getting whoopings for no reason, but I also was molested at 6 years old from my 16-year-old brother and my 19-year-old brother. And I was supposed to have children at the end, they fell out so down.
That must be hard.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why, too, I take the medication, it's painful, But the more I speak about it, it hurts my temple. But the more I speak about it, the more I get healed within. Because that's what I'm looking for. I want to be healed within. So I don't mind saying what happened to me. Because I need to get it out. Because from small, I didn't have the opportunity to express myself. Because Caribbean parents don't allow you to express yourself. They call it back talking. So I had to swallow everything. Then from school, I always know something was different about me, but I couldn't put it in words because I was too little. But the children at school, children can be very cruel. And they were very cruel to me coming up from elementary school. And to win their love, I used to buy them new books and crayon books, and they used to scratch it all up, and then they would sew it back to me. And I had to sew. Never went home. One day when I was in junior high school, they used to slap me just about every other day. Never went to my mom and complained and say I was getting hit by kids or whatever. The way her action was, because I was growing up in the church. And I felt like her action lets me know that whoever hit me, just let them just take it. She didn't tell me to take it or whatever, but her action, her body language, and so on and so forth, and the way she raised me, I got to know my own head that that's what I was supposed to do, just take it or hit them back. I never hit back. And even now in the shelter, they hit me in my face, slapped me in my face, I didn't hit back. They throw water in my face, tell me to go back where I come from, and all of it hurts. But I let them go on and whatever that I then did because for a simple reason, the way I love my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, He took more. And at the end of the day, I know all the blessings He has for me, the more I take in the world. So that's why I take what I take from human beings. You know, it got nothing to do with color or whatever the case may be at all with me. But see, my God is a mysterious God. My family's Caucasian. And God put me in this coat of color for a reason. You know, black people here say they don't know how to not understand the word, not understand, not even communicate. What's the word I want to use? How to oh Lord, give me the word. How to relate to Caucasian people. So He put me in this complexion. In other words, letting the black people know, okay, y'all could all relate because y'all the same complexion, so y'all should. But at the end of the day, it's not that. They still throwing more in my face and insulting me and so on and so forth and telling me to go back where I come from. And I'm looking at these folks like, do you really know who I am at the end of the day?
So do you take any help from shelters around here?
Well, I'm in, I don't know how to travel, I don't know the place because I was living right on the corner, right over there. For 34 years, I just moved out. The police came for me 2019 and put me in the system. So I was from different shelters, from shelter to shelter, and I lost everything. Somebody just bought this clothing for me just yesterday. And I picked this up out the garbage. I don't have anything, clothes, I don't have anything, guys, anything. And like Lord lets me know, you know, that I must ask big. And I tell him, I say, Lord, I don't know how to ask big because for all my life I know how to just to live simple. And I'm happy with that. But He said, no, don't limit Him because He's not a limited God. And use Jesus. At the end of the day, you ask for whatever you want. A clothes more don't get fed. You know, ask big. And I'm afraid to ask big. That's why I go around, ask for a little change here and then. I'm just satisfied, even if it's a penny. I'm satisfied with it. I'm not a greedy queen on the throne at all. I just in need right now.
Right.
That's it. You see, like I said, if you all would take a picture of this, but on camera, this is how I'm walking around. Don't worry about my feet there. That's because of the flip-flop. Look at here. Look at here. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Look. Excruciating as I sit here.
How do you get help with for your medical visits?
I don't get welfare. I can't get anything because I don't have no welfare card or anything to get. Like you see me, I go bag around. They charge me $30 to get this cut off, and it lasts me like maybe 3 weeks, and then I got to be back on the street begging for another 30 just to keep it cut down. And sometimes I don't even get it, and they just save me if I don't get it. And it hurts excruciatingly. The doctors say from 1 to 10, how bad is it? 1 to 10, 1 to a million. It's a million. That's how much it changed.
Do you keep in contact with people from your past, like your mother-in-law?
Well, my biological mother just died 2 years ago on my birthday month. And she never kissed me. She never told me she loves me. But she told one of my cousins to tell me that she loved me when I called overseas. I'm from the Bahamas. At least that's where I don't even know where I'm from, guys, because it wasn't told to me. And when I speak to my adopted mother here and there, she'll put little things in my ear. And the last time I spoke, that was 5 years ago on the phone, she said to me that my birth certificate is not right. And I still never question her. When people talk to me and say things, I don't question them, I just take it. And at the end of the day, I sort it out and analyze. And then that's when it's too late to ask the question, but the people or the person's not around then to ask the question. I still felt alone. And I still feel alone. No kids, no nothing. I still feel alone. As much people in the world. But at the end of the day, I call the church my family. I only know about school and church. That's all I'm used to. I don't know nothing about the streets. Nothing. That's why I'm so lost now. I don't know my way around or whatever the case may be. I'm just waiting for this young lady to get it, but she called me and she told me she has something for some clothes and she give me some currency or something. She gave me a little tissue and whatever else.
And you mentioned you had a brother.
Two elderly brothers.
Do you keep in contact?
No, they passed. They just recently passed away in their old age, in their 60s. And I never had a chance, and they always talk to me like you never did nothing. That always used to hurt me like, why are you talking to me like you never did nothing to me? Why you apologize? Why Why I gotta come be the first one to mention it? And I was too afraid to mention it because I feel like they was gonna overlook it or no, don't let it go to one end and come up to the other. But God is my best prevention. Anybody that hurts me, God, He always lets me listen. Every tear I cry, He keeps it in a bottle. He loves me like that. He really does. I love him the same. I can't express the way I love him. I can't. I just love him. You know, I would tell people out there that I'm more spirit than you.
There are organizations out there that assist those in need, but as per Christian's story, it became evident that there is insufficient support and empathy for surviving and remaining unnoticed in a bustling city like New York City. During my research, I happened to come across a women's shelter on 3rd Street. It's really amazing how this place helps people to get back on their feet by giving them access to healthcare, housing options, and job opportunities. What's even more impressive is that most of these organizations don't care about making money. They just want to help those in need. They offer services like medical treatment for homeless individuals, affordable housing choices, shelters, and mental health assistance, which is very important. Unfortunately, though, some organization services in US aren't completely free. There are still charges involved or some paperwork needed. Next to the homeless facility, I encountered 2 women who were unwilling to be filmed but eager to share their experiences. One of them had previously stayed in a shelter 10 years ago, but thanks to the assistance and support provided by the program, she was able to overcome her challenges and ultimately find stable housing. As I stood by the shelter, several other women emerged with expressions that appeared hopeless. One woman hastily splashed water on her face, as if attempting to revitalize herself and find some solace. The environment surrounding the shelter mirrored the emotions: empty streets, adorned with haphazard graffiti. It felt like an insecure setting, especially for those residing there.